Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming, and thank you, Animefest, for having me here. My name is Karla Díaz. I come from Chile, South America, 24 hours of flight, I think. And yeah, I want to share my journey to you. I'm a manga artist and illustrator. I work mostly outside my country because, well, my country is very small, so there is not a huge industry over there. So I work for United States, Europe, and yeah, and different other countries. So, well, I want to share to you my journey, as I said, so you can get hopefully inspired by it and start your own journey as a manga artist or illustrator, because it's a very long journey. I mean, I've been an illustrator and comic artist for about 15 years, so yes. I started like this. I started drawing at a very young age. I draw everything, everywhere I could. And yes, this is how it started. Then in Chile, we started to receive a lot of animes in the 80s and the 90s. Yeah, I'm from the 80s. So things like, I don't know if you know them, but things like Candy, Marco, a lot of 80s animes were shown in the TV. So I grew up with all of that, and then later in school we received shows like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Ranma, all that stuff. So that my influences came from all of that. As you can see, I was very influenced by animation and manga later. When I could afford to buy a manga, I would buy Dragon Half, Dragon Ball also. Yes, this is a bit emo. And this is my first manga page. I did it in school. It was meant to be a yaoi, boys love, but I didn't finish it because, I don't know, I was just into it intuitively doing a manga page. I didn't have any classes or something. I just absorbed everything from TV and books and mangas. And then, well, unfortunately, I was forced to go to the university to study graphic design because in Chile there were not illustration classes or something. So I started to take commissions on the internet thanks to the website Divine Art. And while I was studying in the university, so I started to work from there to other countries. And also in Chile, I started to work with advertising agencies a lot, so I could get some payments for my drawings. So thanks to the internet, really, I could discover that I could draw for money. But it was a double-sided sword. It was a double-edged sword because, yeah, I could get money, but I had to draw what they told me. So it was very draining. And these are some comics I did for a magazine in Chile called Bichos Raros. I'm not. And this is the cover I did for them. And this is illustration ad for a trade card game over there too. And this is a sample of the advertising I did for Chile. As I said, it was very draining because they told me you have to draw like this, you have to draw like that. So I really felt like I was dying inside. You see, they are very soulless drawings. So after a few years working for them, I decided that I wanted to quit. And I started my own journey as a manga artist. So as I said, thanks to the internet, I could start learning how to write a script. I took courses, I took classes of script. I started learning from the internet thanks to YouTube and other platforms. I started to learn how to actually make a comic by myself. So that's how my first manga was born, Coffee Shop. I'm not sure if you can find it here because I was just told it was sold out, luckily. But yeah, I started drawing my manga, and I started sharing on the internet on different platforms like Tapastic in that time, some other sites in Chile. So I started to get known by the public, and that gave me the confidence to start publishing it by myself. So as I mentioned, in Chile there is not a lot of industry. So in that time, like in the 2012, 2015, that I published my manga, there were not a lot of publishers, so I decided that I will publish it by myself. So I had to seek for a printing service. I had to launch my own event. So I really did it all by myself. So this is the product of it. It was pretty successful for being my first time. I did an event in a coffee shop over there in Chile. A lot of people came, so it was very nice. Yeah, so this is our samples of the book. This is an image, a promotional image I did for the book too. And then after coffee shop, I was chilling in my computer, and then an email came from Dark Horse Publishers from Adam Warren to invite me to work on his series Empowered Girl. And I was like, wow, what the hell? And I said, of course, I said yes. So it took me 1 year of production to do this comic. This is not manga, but I wanted to show you that being on the internet really pays off. If you show your work, you have to constantly be showing your work on all the social media and stuff. So they contacted me because Adam Warren saw my work in Twitter, I think. So it was a really great experience because I was always used to do my own work by myself with no editors, not a professional person to tell me, hey, you have to do this, you have to do that. So working with an editor, a professional editor from the United States, was a really great experience, and hopefully you can apply for jobs of that kind too, if you want. And well, I did the drawings, I did the inks, I did the colors, all under the supervision of Adam Warren and the Dark Horse editor. So it was a very fun book to make. I had a lot of fun because I could have freedom with the colors, with the drawings, and all that. So this is the main character, the soldier of love. Alan Warren wanted to do a Latino girl because I was Latino, so it was very fun. And yes, I wanted to talk about my current comic, Non, that I did after publishing with Dark Horse. And it was a story I made while walking in a park in the summer. Every couples were kissing and hugging, and I was like, ugh. So with that thought came the idea of Non, that the story goes. Sorry. There are two people, two persons in the story, the girl and the boy over there. They are two socially awkward persons, so they stumble each other and they start falling in love with the most ridiculous situations possible. So that's the story of Non. And it's called Non because it came from Latin non dicere, non toccare. That is, do not touch, do not talk. That it was inspired by the characters. So this time I did the same modus operandi than coffee shop. I wrote the story, I drew it by myself, I published it by myself in the first time, and then I started to, before publishing, I started to share it to the internet through the website Tapas. That is a website dedicated to webcomics. And it was very, very popular. It got like 1 million views on Tapastic. I even translated by myself to English, and I started uploading it in Tapastic. And it got really popular, but I received some offers, but they never come to fruition. The only offer that really worked was the offer that came from here, from Czech Republic, from the Zanir editor that is over there, in the other part of the section. So yeah, it took me like 5 or 4 years to finish this book because it has like 400 pages. So it was a really thick book. So yeah. So yeah, this is the scene I was describing you earlier. That the girl saws a lot of couples like kissing and hugging and stuff, and she's like, no, this is gross. So the story came from here, came from there. But the thing is that she's really cynical because the only thing she wants is to get laid. So that's the joke of the story. And the other thing that is fun of Non is that we can read the dog's thoughts. So it was a really fun thing to do the dialogues and stuff. So it was really a big project. It took me, like I said, 4 or 5 years to produce. And you can check it out on the stand of Zanir. You can buy the book. It's in Czech. So yes. And in the actuality, I'm currently working on another project that is a little bit more spicy, so I'm not sure if it could be published here. I will see. But yeah, I'm constantly working on new ideas, new comic books, balancing it with my work, because for now I get money for my own creations, but you always have to have like a backup from it. So yeah, some advices I could give you: be always on the internet, like have a presence there. Publish your things in every social media you can find. Work on your craft, learn, watch videos, take courses. I mean, you have to always be learning, because this kind of art, you never touch the ceiling, as to say. So yeah. That's my presentation. Thank you. I don't know if you have any questions. Thank you. If you have any questions, I think they will give you a microphone.
Thank you. I would like to ask, what's your opinion on fan translations, and like if it hurts your production or it's okay?
Fan translations?
Yes. Yes.
You think of any work, of my work, or in general?
Your work in general, or like your work specifically.
I think they're okay. I mean, it helps to spread your work. So if it gets translated, as soon as they don't get money from it, I think it's okay, and it's very helpful. Yeah, I think it's okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't here from the start, but I wanted to know, is being a manga illustrator a sustainable job for you?
I mean, not 100%, because as I said, I have to balance it with commissions or other work, so it's like 50-50, but I'm aiming to 100%. But for now, especially in my country, it's a bit difficult. So you always have to be seeking new sources of income, or seeking an agent so you can publish in, I don't know, for example, in the United States. So yeah, it depends on you 100%, yeah.
All right, thank you.
So I would like to ask, how do you come up with an idea for the whole comic book, from just idea about character or just one side of like just one page? Like, how do you like make it into like whole thing?
Well, the first step is you have to have the concept of it. In my personal experience, you have the idea of a scene, for example, of a dialogue or something very small, and you then develop the characters around it, and then you start developing the scenes. But it's a very organic process, because you have a very different aspect of a script. You know, how do you say it? The ambience, no, the stage for example, the character's personality, the other characters, like, for example, in Unknown there are only 5 characters. So you have to start building from the small to the big picture.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right. I was wondering if you could talk more about the differences between publishing yourself and publishing with Dark Horse. As an illustrator myself, I was wondering which venue would be better to aim for to kind of either try and pursue my own comic book or try to pursue work at established publisher already.
You mean the difference between the two?
Yeah. And what's kind of better way to go to like a newbie artist? Which is better?
Well, it would be better to start with a publisher. But if you want to really start doing your thing, if you're really passionate, start doing it yourself. Like you won't lose anything. Like. But it's very important to have a following on the social media first, yeah, because if you, especially now that everything is on the social media, so if you launch something and you don't have followers, it's very difficult to get the thing going. So I think you could do both, like try to get a contract with a publisher. If it doesn't work, do your own thing. Like, but don't do one or the other thing. Just try to do both.
And what would be kind of the best way for a publisher to notice me? What can I do for them to notice me?
Well, now I'm told that the publishers see your social media in any way, so. You could hire an agent, so the agent could move your stuff around, like seek publishers, but you could do it yourself, searching for emails, maybe asking artists that are published, hey, can you give me the contact of your editor, you know, like start networking and start seeking information. So there's plenty of stuff you can do to get to a publisher.
Thank you so much.
I was wondering how you organize your workspace, like do you save all the files to a folder or on your computer?
How I organize my I have two main folders, the folders of comics and the folder of creative work. Inside my comic folder, I have my own creations and another folder of work. So I have them all separated from my own stuff and from the work. So that's how I organize my files. And I organize it by project, for example, non, coffee shop, other stuff, and so on.
What about the pages?
I work with a software that is called Clip Studio Paint, and the good thing about that program is that in the file itself, it organizes all your pages. So you can have projects from 2 pages, from 100 pages, and it organizes in the same file. So you click on in the page, and they open the page, and you can start working on the page. So yeah, I really recommend Clip Studio Paint.
Thank you.
Hi, Karla. I
Hello.
have a question. How much spicy will be your next book?
Well, it's a bit of an erotic comedy, but not like hardcore stuff. It's like a bit of like Ranma, kind of spicy, a little bit more. Some sex scenes, but really like funny, like playful, like nudes, but yeah, that kind of spicy.
I'm waiting for Czech translation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, you said that you draft this book only in 4 years. what's your motivation to finish this only the short time? Like, it's really crazy. Wow.
What's the motivation to finish a project?
Yes.
Well, to see it published, really.
Oh.
To see it finished, like I have to motivate myself to finish it because people are waiting for it. I want to see it published, so that's my motivation.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to ask, well, this will be like two questions. One is, what specifically influenced you as a comic artist, manga artist? And the second is, what would you tell to someone who either draws comic books or do web comics, as like some advices for those folks who are struggling to get published and still go for it, as I think.
My influences, as I said, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, an anime called Senki back then, and for my current style, I was very influenced by an anime called Eureka 7. And well, I have a lot of artists I look up to that I follow from Instagram and stuff. But my style is always evolving because I'm constantly, chronically on internet. So I really see other artists. If I like something, I try to incorporate it to my style and stuff. And the advices I give to people who are starting is to constantly be learning. Like, do not settle for what you are currently drawing. Like, you can always be better. Maybe it's a bit of perfectionist mindset. I don't know, you can always be better. So I recommend to always be learning, to publish your work on the internet. Like, don't be afraid of the comments or critics, or maybe the first thing you publish, you don't get many views, but you have to keep going because the algorithm is crazy. So yeah, I recommend to be on the social media.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Which social media platforms are the most effective for beginner artists now?
I think Instagram. And if you want to publish your comics, like to get readers, I recommend Tapastic, Webtoon, and yes, and Instagram if you could. I mean, maybe you can have them all, but the main ones for me are Instagram.
Hello, Karla.
Hello.
I would like to ask you, how big is manga market in Chile? Or like in Latin America?
Okay. In Chile, when I started, was very small, but as time went on, it got bigger. So there are a lot of good artists over there, and a big publisher called Planeta started publishing people over there. So it's a really bigger market than I started with. So yes.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for being here and for all your questions. I hope you have a great time here, and you can check my signing sessions. I'm not sure where it is. It's over there. Yes, so I will be waiting for you to buy my books. Thank you.